Okay, van tour of a 2015 Citroen Relay. Got my seats there. They're just some cheap seat covers that I got from eBay, and the swivels were a bit more expensive. They were sort of, I don't know, 100 quid or something, but they do the trick quite good. Down there, a bit of space between my seat and the little sofa that we made. That's a vent for the heater, and the covers come off, but needs to go back on. Bit of understory space there that I've got for my tools for work. My sofa, that's just a bit of plastic to keep the heat in when it's cold when we've been away to Scotland. It does do the trick, and it stops people peering in. And I cut this little hole just as a bit of a thing so we can see out. But to be honest, a bit lazy, and it's sort of life. You get on with it, don't you? That's an overhead cupboard that we built and put in, and that's where my clothes go. Little catches, Mrs loves them. Overhead storage, got a light up there so you can sort of see what goes up there. They are my windscreen covers that we put in at night and during the day. Obviously one side's foil and the other side's black. We find that the black is probably the better option for when you're somewhere where you don't want to see, where you don't want people to see that you're sort of there trying to be a bit stealth, so they say on YouTube. Curtain, that curtain drops down, goes across. Obviously I sit there, little seat there, put a cushion on that, and it makes like an L-shaped sofa, which is quite comfy. We've got a little table, a little stand that we put on the window there that goes across there and across there. Put the laptop on there and we can watch some TV or a bit of films or Netflix, YouTube, that sort of thing. This is my new addition, my kitchen. A friend of mine gave me some oak. This was originally made in plywood, 12mm ply, and it was always a bit crap, to be honest, but it sort of did the trick, and we had it for 2 years. Been to Spain, France, Belgium, Croatia, and worked a treat. Was all very happy and all good. We've got little drawers that go in there, pull out drawers, and we put like all the shower gel in one of them. The other one we put tins and pasta, and the bottom one we've got a safari Kadak that we have in as a Barbie, and then when the doors open we can pull it through the other side, and I've got a drop down table that we put it on. We can cook outside, and that tube that you can see, that's a quick release gas tube, LPG, that obviously feeds the Kadak, so that we can have a barbecue outside, which is really quite nice. Well, it's really quite nice, and it's really quite hot. That's one of my solar chargers up there, or solar charge relay, solar charge controller, whatever you want to call it. And that was like 20-30 quid off eBay, I think it was, and it's all right. It does the job. It's my electric control panel. They all sort of route up there, down there, go along the floor, and into there, and then, excuse the mess of the wires, but into there, and in there you can see I've got an inverter which does a trick, and a huge battery. That's another solar charge controller, but that's an MPPT one, which is called Make Sky Blue, and that is brilliant. I've got two panels on the roof, both exactly the same. This one I'll be generating, let's say, between 7 and 10 amps off the one panel, and on the other panel I'll generate between sort of 3 and 5 off that one. So I almost get double the ampage off one solar panel, but coming through the MPPT charge controller. So this is like a bit of a sofa, like I said. Bathroom, just got a shower curtain that does the trick. We have got hot water that comes out of that tap, and obviously there's a toilet. And it's a toilet, you know, what do you do in it? You get clean and go to the loo. This is one of the fridge type devices that we use to chill our beers and vegetables, lettuce, tomatoes, all that sort of good stuff. And that works a treat. Got my gas, gubbins in there, and then I've got these two drawers, which are a bit of COVID-19 boredom replacements, but I couldn't get any plywood, so I had to sort of make the most of what I'd got. That goes back in there, and then this drawer comes right out, and it's on runners, so hopefully it might make it a bit easier for the wife to get my dinner out. Need painting, you know, but you know, there you go. All things come to time. 2 hob unit. What more can you say? Hobs. Sink. Cold water. Hot water. Sink down. This is my new thing that I've done sort of over the lockdown period, making the most of what bits I've got left in the house. It's a nice chunky oak shelf. Bit of overhead storage. As you can see, there's all my wires in there. And that's actually quite big, but you can see it does need finishing off, but it's like a real conversion. Someone that goes to work and sort of does it at the weekends. This is sort of the bed. So that is, I think it's just 6'2" wide. I've got this little slide out tray here, and what that does is just hides the mattress, but you can see the size of the mattress we've got there. I think that's about 8 inches, but you know, if you're out and about getting hot and sweaty, have a nice shower with your hot water, and you have a few beers at night out your fridge. When you've had your barbie, you do your pots, put that shelf on the bed, and it just gives you a bit of extra space to be able to cut your dinner up and wash your pots and all that sort of stuff. So that's the bed area. We've got sort of a socks and knicker drawer area up there. That's just a curtain, and it's just like a little shelf. And little shelf. Obviously that one there is a bit bigger. That's the wife's storage. And I don't know if we've got anything in there. Yeah, there you go. A fire blanket and some gym jams, that sort of stuff. That's my gas heater, and we don't use it much. When we do have hot water, it's generally just to wash the pots and a quick shower. Back doors. That's a porthole that we got off eBay, and when we've been away in the summer to Croatia and Spain, it's been absolutely baking hot, and you've got to have the door shut. If you drop that down, undo those 2 catches there, that comes down, and that's just a straight window. And then if we go to our fan up here, twist the fan like so, turn it on, and then you can obviously turn it on, and that sucks air in. So if you want to try and keep it cool, that's and you're sitting in this area, we have it on the in setting, and that pushes the air in. It's okay. I won't say it's air conditioning, but it's okay. It's better than nothing. And then the one that's really good is the out version. Now that sucks the air out. So if we have that open and just have it on, let's say, tick over, then we find that creates like a little mini atmosphere down here of cool air, which is quite nice when you just push the covers back and you've got like a nice little gentle breeze going across you. Like I say, it's not air conditioning, but it does make all the difference. Little Bluetooth speaker up there, so when the wife's cooking some tunes and I'm sitting in my chair having a beer, put that on, play some tunes out, it's all good. This is the other solar charge controller, and I don't know if you can see that, but I'm currently using 2.9 amps, but I've got all my lights on and the fan on, so I'm using nearly 3 amps, and you can soon see it dropping down. Sliding door, as you can see, haven't put the bit on the bottom, but from what I've seen on other people's YouTube channels, I think the sliding door is the last thing that ever gets done. Just a blind that we pull down there, gives us a bit more privacy at night. We're having a bit of dinner, or you've got a telly on or whatever, and it just makes it easier, you know, just open and close it like that. So sliding door open. That's back end of the kitchen, and drawers. Like I say, there's a table that goes on there, drops down, and then you can have like a little table and get to all your bits and pieces there. Moving around to the back. So because I use it for work, I've got ladders up the top, and I've got some drawers there for my tools and bits and pieces, and then in the bottom, that's where the dogs go, and we've got a little shower there. We wash the dogs off, or when it's nice and hot, we'll have a little shower outside and it's all good. So I've got, that's the window from the outside, got some bigger wheels and tyres on there, and that came with it, and they do help with a bit more ground cover.